Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now today in this video, as you can see, I'm not in any other car apart from my own, which is my M140i. In this video today, what I'm going to be talking about is the latest BMW DME software. Now there's a lot of nervousness around there, and hopefully in this video what I aim to do is address those issues. So yeah, before we start this video guys, I need some coffee, and you know what, we got Costa right behind us somewhere down there anyway, so yeah, let's go and grab a coffee first. Flat marker please. There. The video's not sponsored by the way guys, just paid good money for that coffee. So like I said in the intro to this video, this is going to be all about the DME software update that I've had done to the M140i. Now I'm going to try and address quite a few of those issues, or the nervousness around most of the M140i owners about this DME software. The first thing is, it is a requirement by BMW. If your car is under warranty, you will have to have this done at some point. Now I know, and I've read from various posts that some people have basically in a way stuck two fingers up at the dealership to say, look, I'm not going to have it done. It is at the discretion of the dealership. However, at some point you will have the car updated with this software if you want your warranty still intact. Let me just put that out to you. I've spoken to a number of dealerships local to me and outside, and most of them have said that if you want your warranty to stay intact, you will have to have this done whenever it's due. My car wasn't part of the recall or anything like that. I was having certain issues with my car, and they went into the dealership, and one way for them to kind of rule out any software glitches was to update the software. So anyway, I've got it and I'm kind of lumbered with it. It has kind of sorted out some of those issues. It will be going back to the dealership probably when this video goes on live to have the others sort of kind of rectified. So yeah, just thought I'd put that out there. One thing I've noticed straight away, and I'm missing on my car, is that all the coding that I had done to the car, so one touch closure for the mirrors, auto start stop, for example, remembering its last memory, when you put the car into reverse, the door lights coming on, DRLs activated on the rear, acoustic sound for closure, all of that has actually gone off the car, and because they kind of reset the car back to factory. Not a huge problem because I can get all that done again from my friend 125 Coding up north. I know it's a bit of a trek, but I can get it done, and most of you guys will have it on your app on Bimmer Code, I think it is, or ESIS or whatever, or Carly. So yeah, not a huge deal. You can probably redo that anyway within like a few minutes. If your car has been remapped, you will note that that remap will be off the car, so your car will be returned to stock. Now when I've heard people say that, oh, the car feels underpowered, I'm not sure if that you're talking from a point where your car's been mapped, or if you bought your car used, probably even from a main dealer. Say that you bought a year-old car, that might have had a map done on it, so when the DME software has gone on, that map's come off, and you've noticed there's been a bit of, like, say, a lack of power because you've got used to probably running, I don't know, 400 horsepower maybe, and then it's back down to what, 340, 350. So that's something to kind of bear in mind. The other things that I've read, which I don't really think are true, are as follows. Now, some people have said that the car has lost its cold startup. That is completely wrong. My car still has a cold startup every time I start the car. My car still starts up cold. There's no issues with that whatsoever. I don't buy into that. The gear changes are definitely smoother, so when you're in normal sort of comfort drive and you're just going through, you don't even notice that the gears are changing. They are quite smooth. Pops and bangs are still there, so when you're in sports mode, the pops and bangs are there when you are obviously changing gears yourself. So we're going to go out and we will kind of trial that, and I'll try and get some of those in this video. So pops and bangs guys, there's no issue with that on my car. I have noticed that the gear changes, even in manual mode, when you're changing gears with the paddles, they are much smoother in sports mode and sports plus. You don't really get that kind of a kick in the back, especially in sports mode. You do get it higher end in the rev range, but when you say changing gears at say 2,500 revs, certainly don't get that kind of feel. I'm not sure whether that's a placebo effect or whether it was doing that before, because normally I'm changing gears a lot higher in the rev range when I'm in sports mode, so that's there anyway. But generally speaking, the car does feel much more smoother to drive when you are like just changing gears and just plowing along. So in terms of power delivery, guys, I've not noticed any difference. The car still pulls like the way it should. It feels smoother, that's for sure, but it still, has that kind of power. The kind of like power band in the rev range is still there. There's no real difference in that. So that's, all I've got to say on that. MPG wise, now I noticed that some people have said, they've seen an increase in miles per gallon, after having the DME software done. I've not really noticed that. I'm looking at the needle and how much miles I'm doing with the same kind of driving. I'm still getting the same. The MPG computer is still saying the same as well, so I'm not really sure if that, again, to some might be a placebo effect because the car's much smoother, maybe, I don't know. But for me personally, I've not noticed any difference. The other thing a lot of people have said is that the start stop now works in sport mode and sport plus. So one thing I've noticed though, guys, is when I stick the car into sport mode or sport plus, before the amber light used to come on the off button up here. Now it certainly doesn't, because I don't know what they've done, but it doesn't come on. But one thing I have noticed is that when I do come to a stop or some traffic lights in sport or sport plus, the car certainly doesn't switch off. So rest assured, they haven't kind of programmed that into it for it to work in all the different modes. So yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around these country lanes and just give you some feedback. So yeah, the gear changes are quite smooth. Again, I'm in 5th gear in manual mode, and if I just drop a clog, they're quite quick as well. I feel that they're a little bit quicker compared to how they were before the DME software. Not hugely, not night and day, but they're just a little bit quicker. You can just feel that they're quicker and they're smoother, so it gives you a little bit of a better kind of an experience in a way. You don't get that huge kind of throwback or like that punch which you'd get before, because they weren't as smooth. I mean, certainly it's not lacking any power, that's for sure. That's definitely for sure. I mean, the car just feels as strong as it was before having the DME software, so it's not like it's, there's again like a noticeable difference. In terms of pops and bangs, well, let me just put the window down a bit. It's quite, the thing with the M140i, as you guys know already, that it's really well insulated, so you don't really hear a lot of pops and bangs anyway at the best of times. And obviously when it's a little bit windy out there, it's only going to dilute those pops and bangs. But they're definitely there on the overruns. Yeah, still gets up to speed quite quick. Guys, there we have it, the DME software. Those are my initial thoughts, guys. If you've got any sort of queries, or if you've got any comments or disagree with some of the stuff that I've said, just drop them down below in the comments. Also guys, yeah, motorbikes. Also guys, be sure to give this video a like, share and subscribe to my channel as well. It kind of helps the growth of my channel. Hopefully guys, I'll see you on the next one. Take care, bye.